This is part of an interview with Boris Johnson's sister. And it demonstrates how someone can be highly educated and yet be very naive and miss the most basic points. And it serves as a warning to us not to be dazzled by flattering titles and high-flying degrees and things like that. This problem exists in both church and state.
The ONS has shown that a low-skilled migrant is going to cost the Exchequer £500,000 over the course of their lifetime.
That's just ridiculous.
And yet, open borders, that's what Zach wants.
They have the right concerns there.
Well, so I gather you were a Remainer?
Yes, I was, and I still am, weirdly.
So here's the, I was, and I don't think I would be now.
Oh, why?
Oh, why? Okay, yeah. You can just hear her at one of these Sloane Ranger wine parties, can't you?
So I was recently in Budapest, and I
Yes.
went down to the border with all the security and all of that stuff. And they have an issue where many young men of fighting age from predominantly Muslim areas are constantly trying to break into Hungary. So Hungary's put up this big barbed wire.
Hard border, yeah.
Yeah. And they are fined €1 million, I think, a day by the EU for doing that.
What, for letting them in?
For stopping them from coming in.
But wait, they're fined for stopping them or fined for allowing them in? That doesn't make any sense.
No, and it won't make any sense until you realise it's all a deliberate ploy.
They're fined for not... So my point being, the EU has no interest, it seems, in preventing these people from getting into the EU.
You think? See, this is the problem. This is the naivety we have to deal with. He doesn't see that it's all deliberate, that the EU, who are globalists, are deliberately filling countries up with aliens, poor, dependent aliens who can be bought for their votes, and they can be paid with benefits to keep them in power, because they believe that filling up the countries with these aliens will erode the national identity and so, in turn, dissolve the borders and thereby increase the blob, the globalist blob. This is their agenda.
So obviously many are coming up through Italy and Spain, but then there are these...
So the EU wants illegal migrants.
This is the issue. This is the problem. I don't know if it's that they want it.
You see, he doesn't know. And did you hear her? Totally clueless, the pair of them.
It's that they are so wedded to their idea of the ECHR, or for their idea of human rights, that you have to let people move and do whatever. So Hungary, to get around this, it might be that they're being fined. No one seems to know exactly what the fine's about, but it might be that they're being fined for basically pushing these people back out of their country immediately. So what Hungary's now done, they've built this barbed wire thing a few meters within their land. So they open a door and they say, go out to the migrants who have gotten in somehow. And in so doing, are technically not deporting them because they're still in Hungarian land. They then choose to walk back to Serbia because that's the nearest town. They can't just stay by the fence for forever. So
Clever old Hungary.
they have to do these weird things to get around the draconian EU laws that seem to just allow anybody to move in.
I mean, I'm confused because
Yes, we know.
I thought that Europe was getting its act together to stop the migrant flows into the EU, and they were hardening the external border.
No.
Because they recognise that once you've penetrated Schengen, then you can go wherever you like, which is why we get people in the jungle in Calais in their hundreds, tens of thousands wanting to come over to our southern coast.
Yeah, it starts
So anyway, that's interesting.
Yeah, it starts at Hungary and then comes through. So I think that's the issue. And that's why people vote. I mean, people don't like a centralized power in Europe. I get it. But really, this was like, how can we stop immigration? What can we do? And there was nothing that the people could do, apart from a vote to leave Brexit, even if it was a kind of protest vote.
Okay. So Hungary's national policies were being overridden by the centralised policy of the EU when it came to the external border, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
and the dawn begins to break. This is an elite professional journalist at the top of her game. So you see what we're up against here.
Yeah, there's an initial £200 million or euro fine, and then a 1 million.
But they're paying Turkey, which isn't obviously an EU member, a lot of money to keep out migrants.
It's interesting. I wonder if there's ways that they do it that they're not entirely happy with Hungary.
Yeah, anyway, let's drop the subject because I don't have the slightest clue how to deal with it.